Hello everybody, what's going on? And welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. Today we begin with the Cup quarter-final, the FA Cup. We have a real shot at potentially reaching the final, but we still have a job to do against Derby County today. As you know, I showed you it last episode, but in case you missed it, Spurs and Everton are already through to the semi-finals, so they await us, Derby, Villa or Leeds. Two of those four will make it through. I predicted that Spurs and Everton would get there, of course, and I also predicted that Villa would make it through against Leeds and we would beat Derby County. So now's the moment of truth. Can we advance through to the semi-finals? Alongside that, we've also got two more Premier League games coming your way as well. We've only got 9 games left in the season. Palace and Wolves, very, very closely put together. 2 days rest between both of these ones here as well. A bit annoying, but nothing we can do about that. Newcastle, Man United, Spurs, Leicester, Man City, all still to come. So our Premier League running is pretty difficult, to be honest. We may well have to wait until next season to try and win one. But there is the table anyway. As I said, 9 games to go. Very, very tricky running. United just behind us on a point, and City not too far behind either. But without further ado, let's head off into our first game of today, which is that Cup quarter-final against Derby at home. I've put out a very strong team for it. I might need to swap around some of Derby's players though, so we'll see what the team's going to look like in just a few seconds. Here then are the lineups. On the left-hand side is ours, on the right it's Derby's. So Ramsdale starts in goal for us. Rico, Ake, Metham and Smith. Danjuma, Lerma, Phillips, Wilson with Almada in behind King. For Derby, Ruse, Malone, Clark, Nedel, Chiru, Bogle, Lawrence, Huddleston, Shinnie, Josefsoon, Holmes just in front. Is it Holmes? Holmes? I don't know. And Marriott up front. So, you've got to admit, if we don't get through here, I think we've missed a great opportunity. And we'll be very frustrated. But nevertheless, at the Vitality Stadium, we take on Derby County, a place in the semi-finals of the FA Cup at stake. Although we've still got a job to do here, if you're looking at the next round of the competition, I'd say we'd want the winner of Villa or Leeds to play in the next round if we can get there. But like I said, there's still a job to do here. So let's not look too far ahead in this one. We've got to win this game before we even start thinking about our next round opponents. Wilson allowed to turn up towards the feet of Thiago Almada. And that's a good save, but he still found his way into the back of the net anyway. And Bournemouth take the lead at the Vitality Stadium. It's very harsh on Derby County, as it was a great save by the goalkeeper, but the recovering defender, it just hits him and ends up bouncing through, and he could not get a touch on the ball to clear it off the line. Oh, it's so bad, isn't it? It's really, really bad on Derby County, but Almada sees it cross the line. It's going to go down as an own goal. It won't be Almada's goal. There you go, Clark with a 22nd minute own goal. But we struck first in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. I don't care how it goes in. We've got to book our spot in that next round. And if it means that we do it by scoring a goal like that, then so be it. Calvin Phillips towards the feet of Thiago Almada. Almada through for Joshua King, who's in behind. And no offside flag either. That was a big opportunity for number 2. I thought we were going to see the offside flag, and it didn't come. And Joshua King has wasted a very good opportunity. Well, I say wasted. He hit the target, but of course it was saved by the goalkeeper. And what an opportunity for 2-0 to Bournemouth here. That could have been the goal to settle the game. Here is King, now towards Lerma. Lerma's got the run coming in, but there is the half-time whistle. Just a single goal from the Vitality Stadium so far, and it is the own goal that's given us the lead. But of course, Joshua King having that great chance to make it 2-0. Derby have tried to come forward and create a chance, but at the moment they're met with some very solid defending. Second half coming up. Here is Rico in towards the feet of Lerma. Lerma turning and looking for a way forward. He's now got Joshua King, and he's fed him too. King on the turn, and that is a tremendous finish from our number 7, and that should be that. 25 minutes to play. Joshua King has his say on the match, and what a goal it is as well. Lerma just fires the pass in towards him. Look at this for the first touch, but the finish is what it's all about. Right into that corner of the goal. No chance for the goalkeeper, and there's no disputing whose goal this is. The first one was an own goal. This one definitely Joshua King's. And I think that's the goal to send us through. And to be fair as well, Derby, I think, in this second half have had more possession on the ball than us. We've had to stand firm and defend against them since the restart. And that's come a little bit against the run of play, but much welcomed from King. 5 minutes to play now as it's Derby who come forward with possession. Marriott towards Bielik. Bielik now will feed Lawrence. Lawrence off towards Malone. Malone's delivering towards the box, and it's not won by us, as Dowell has the best chance of the match for Derby. His header goes over the crossbar. Not great defending by any means, but we get away with it. Made 2 changes as well. We brought off Joshua King. Did that about 10 minutes ago, just to make sure he's okay for the next Premier League game. And also Phillips came off, and on came Billing. But as we see this the time out now, we are heading through to the FA Cup semi-final. The dream draw would be the winner of Villa versus Leeds, like I mentioned earlier. So I don't know who's won in that game, but we want the winner of that in the next round. I want to try and avoid Everton or Spurs if we can, and I would much prefer it if they were playing against each other. But there is the full-time whistle then from the Vitality Stadium. FA Cup semi-final awaits. The draw will be made in a few seconds. A comfortable win that sees you through to the next round of the Emirates FA Cup. What are your impressions? I'm happy. I mean, we got the job done at the end of the day. We won 2-0, clean sheet as well. Quite a resounding victory with the scoreline. How pleased are you with the team's performance? Time to focus. We can do even better. We can do even better. Let's try and keep them hungry for more success. And finally, Shinnie was one of the best players in the opposition today. Again, I never understand this question when you win a game. So it's always the same answer. We just played our game. I completely understand the question if you've lost. When you've won the game, that's one I don't understand the question. But who is awaiting us in the semi-final? Let me skip a couple of days so we can see the draw play out. I'm hoping that the draw has now been done as we head into it. The Emirates FA Cup semi-finals. And it's the draw we wanted. Apart from Leeds managed to beat Villa in the quarterfinals. 3-1 they won. So we have got the draw that we were looking for. Spurs versus Everton in the semi-finals. In the other one, it is us facing Championship outfit Leeds United. And that's exactly what I wanted. So I can't really complain. It just feels like everything has fallen into place for us in this FA Cup run. That you can't really ask for more. And let's try and be the predictors again. I think Spurs will beat Everton. And it will be Spurs in the final. And we will beat Leeds United and book our spot in the final. I have to be backing us at the end of the day. But that's the draw we were looking for. And where are Leeds United at the moment anyway? Let's find out and see what's going on in the Championship, because they might not be as easy a game as I maybe were thinking. We've just defeated Derby. Well, that says a lot, doesn't it? We've just beaten Derby by 2-0. They're currently second in the Championship. And we've just drawn top of the table, Leeds United. So that's anything to go by. This could be quite a tough game. But in the semi-finals, it is going to be Leeds. For our second game of today, we face Palace at home in the Premier League. Our team lines up like this. Butland in goal, Kelly, Ake, Cook and Stacey as the back four. Fraser, Phillips, Cook, Brooks in the midfield with Maddison and Wilson. Josh King on the bench, only because he's just played in that last game. I would have started him. He probably could start, but I'm giving the nod to Maddison instead. I expect big things from James Maddison. Palace line up with Gaita in goal, Chilwell, Sacco, Tompkins and Munir in a very decent back four. Schlupp, Milivojevic, Kouyaté and Meyer in the midfield. Their striking partnership of Benteke and Iheanacho, though, does leave a little bit to be desired. I don't think neither one of them have really hit the ground running for Palace this season. But maybe, just maybe, they'll find a couple of goals today. Hopefully not, as we head into this one, looking for our first 3 points of the day. Here is Jack Stacey carrying forward for Bournemouth, looking to try and get past this Palace backline. A great run by Jack Stacey. And he's picked out Ryan Fraser as well. What a run from Stacey. Fraser to finish it. And Fraser has finished it. But it's all about the work from Jack Stacey at right back. And it came from a Crystal Palace attack, actually. A ball through from Iheanacho was cut out by Butland. And he threw it straight to Stacey down the right-hand side, who just set off. And as he started running, it just seemed like nobody from Crystal Palace was wanting to stop him continuing forward. He picked out Fraser, and Fraser picks out the back of the net. A brilliant counter-attacking move. Here is Lewis Cook looking back towards Maddison. Great little return as well. James Maddison allowed to go forward. Maddison hitting the shots. And it's over the crossbar. But the way Palace are defending at the moment, you sense it's only a matter of time before this will get worse for them. They're allowing these Bournemouth players way too much time and space on the ball. Too busy trying to track the runners that they're just inviting players forward to hit shots. Benteke and Iheanacho combine really well. The ball back through to Benteke. Butland very, very quick though to meet him in the box, and he's made a very good save to stop Palace from getting a goal back here. And now there's a counter-attack on again here for Bournemouth as David Brooks in down the right-hand side. This is where we are so good this season. Brooks! What a tackle from Sakho. That is immense defending. Really good from the Crystal Palace centre-back. And just before that, there was a great piece of goalkeeping, wasn't there, from Jack Butland to deny an equalising goal. But my goodness me, what a tackle by Sakho as the delivery in from the corner from Ryan Fraser is won by Ake. It's there to be won again. And in the end, it's Gaita who punches it away for Palace. But it's come back again for Bournemouth in possession. Phillips, not quite what we were looking for. And Gaita has it now in his hands. Mistimed it badly there. Wilson, quick 1-2 with Maddison. Great return as well. Wilson across towards Maddison. And that is tremendous link-up play. Bournemouth hit them for number 2. Palace at the moment struggling to stop us creating opportunities with these two guys up top. Maddison and Wilson combine to perfection. And there is number 2 for us. Really good work. And I tell you what, the finish as well from Maddison is nothing short of brilliant. As there is the finish right into that bottom corner. First time as well on the left foot. No chance for Gaita. Maybe miss-hits it a little bit, but take nothing away from Maddison. Tremendous finish. Really good link-up play. 2-0 Bournemouth. 5 minutes to play here. Palace looking for a consolation at best. The back heel not going to work out. Lewis Cook can't clear his lines properly though. Philip Billing wins the header. And we're under a bit of pressure here as David Brooks trying to win it. Billing comes away with it. Now Wilson towards King. Joshua King takes it as well. And he's got a run coming in from Philip Billing. Billing is in for number 3 for Bournemouth. Philip Billing! Oh, he's at the post. He's at the post. The goal was gaping. I thought he found the bottom corner and he strikes it against the woodwork. So unfortunate as well. 2 minutes to play though, and that's going to be it. Full time here at the Vitality Stadium. Bournemouth 2, Crystal Palace 0. A very good display from us. But saying that, Palace are in the bottom 3 and looking like they are going to the Championship next season. So if we hadn't have won here, especially at home, that would have been points dropped. But we keep the pressure on now, and now Manchester United have to win in their next game. I spoke about our difficult run in towards the back end of the season. One of those games comes against Manchester United, so that could be important for the title race. Did you expect to beat Crystal Palace today? Well, to be fair, like I mentioned, if we hadn't have done, that would be points dropped. So I expect to win. The real question is by how much. You won again. Do you think that Crystal Palace played well? Not really. Not as well as us. The lads did it, or there's no stopping us. Well, looking at this, right, I want to say there's no stopping us, but then I'll be left red-faced if we lose against Wolves next. I'm going to say not as well as us, because Wolves is not an easy game, and if I'm looking at games where we might end up dropping some points, Wolves could be that. I think they did beat us, didn't they, previously? So, yeah, what did you make of the second half? They made it easy for us. We deserve the result. Our time to focus on the next match. We deserve the result. We played some good stuff at times. Especially Maddison and Wilson for that second goal. Ahead of the Wolves game, we've got ourselves a press conference, and the first question is about Almada. I'm going to say, because I think he will actually start this one, so will we see more of Almada? Switching tactics, rotation is key or nothing personal. Well, he's going to be starting, so I don't actually know what one to go here. Maybe rotation is key, because I am going to have to swap out quite a few players. We didn't get a big rest period between the games, so there's a number of players who aren't fully fit for this one. Although it seemed unlikely back when it all started, the Premier League is well within your reach, the title that is. With only a few matches remaining, can your team see it through till the end? We will fight till the end. And plan on winning. If that's not good enough, I won't be disappointed. That's the right mentality to have. As long as you give everything you've got, you can't be disappointed at the end. How do you rate Wolves' chances to catch you up? We are the better team. It's an open match, or may the best team win. Let's say may the best team win. They're a decent side. They're up into 4th place at the moment, so they're going to be a challenge for us, and hopefully we will come out of this with a win. Like I mentioned, there is a number of changes to our starting 11 for this one. Butland keeps his spot in goal. Rico comes in at left back. Ake and Cook hold their places at centre back, with Stacey as well unchanged. But there is 5 changes in the midfield and attack. Phillips the only player to keep hold of his spot. All of that is down to fitness reasons, nothing else. The players that we had not quite fully fit to play this one. So Dan Juma on the left, Phillips, Lerma in the midfield with Wilson on the right, Almada and Joshua King up front. For Wolves though, it's the back 5 that we don't like to play against too often. Patricio in goal, Johnny, Bolly, Vallejo, Cody and Doherty. Is it Doherty or Doherty at the back? If I remember rightly as well, Bolly scored an unbelievable volley against us in the last game. Moutinho, Neves, Saiz in midfield with Jimenez and Quintero up front. From Molineux, it's a chance to keep hold of top spots in the Premier League. Manchester United have a game in hand and they have 4 points behind us at the moment. So we don't know if they're going to win that game or not, but we have to keep up and set the pace for this title race. What a tackle by Lerma as he now carries forward. Wolves caught in possession. Lerma just striding forward, allowed to go. And now the pass towards Thiago Almada. Almada's in behind, but it's straight at Rui Patricio. Should have finished it, I think. I kind of got caught in two minds whether or not I wanted to put it in the across the goalkeeper or go to the near post. And in the end, I hit it straight at him. Almada there with a fantastic chance. And as you can see, now there's a chance of a breakaway here. What a move by Wolves. And they're in. Quintero. Another shot and another one straight to the goalkeeper. I mean, carbon copy of what we've just done up the other end. So, thank you, because I was nearly made to pay for missing that opportunity earlier as Almada skips past his man. And he's still got it here, Almada. How has he still got it? Well, that's the answer. Vallejo takes it off him. What a start to this game. Here is Doherty, gets away from Rico. Doherty allowed to turn as well. There's the pass back inside. What a ball from Saiz. Back towards Doherty. The delivery in. That is a fantastic move. And Moutinho finishes it off. Wolves 1, Bournemouth 0 at Molineux. And these two sides could well be playing Champions League football next season from the Premier League. And that move is well worthy of playing it. There was nothing I felt like I could have done to stop that. Moutinho arrives from midfield, slots home. Wolves ahead, but the way the game's panned out so far, there's chances in this for both teams. At the moment, it seems like we might have found our bogey team. Wolves again in control of this game. Philippe Billing out towards Almada. He's kept all of it too. There's King. There's Maddison. There's Almada. What a move. But we've got to finish it. Thiago Almada's in behind. Great tackle. Willy Bolly. Almada again. Gets in. Wolves 1. Bournemouth 1. Slightly fortunate as Almada runs over to shush the fans. I tell you what, the fact we didn't finish it first time worried me. But thankfully, Thiago Almada with the follow-up on the weaker left foot. Fires it in the top corner. He wanted too much time than he had there. Bolly with a great block. But then the return came through. And I have to say, if we're looking at the way this title race could go, I feel like we need at least a point here. So to get back on level terms is massive. But we cannot allow Wolves to go back in front. I don't know what it is, but it feels like I've played them already once this season. They beat us in that game. They just feel like they're already a bogey team for us. I don't know why. They just seem to play really well against us. And they've done that again here today. But thankfully, we're back on level terms now. Final change in the game for us as Harry Wilson is off. Callum Wilson is on. 5 minutes to play. We've got ourselves a corner. Maddison sends it in towards the box and Patricio has to meet it. Lerma looking to head it down for King. Look at the space. Joshua King's in. Oh, Patricio. Oh, I thought we'd done it. I thought King had just found a way through. Rui Patricio has come up with a brilliant save with minutes to play. What a game it's been here against Wolves as we've got ourselves another corner. Maddison again to try and send it in towards the box. This time it goes towards the head of King. He can't win it, but Jack Stacey should come away with possession and does now. And we are into the last minute of the game. Lerma, King again. King turning inside the area now of Wolves. Joshua King does really well. Lifts it towards Wilson. And what a challenge by Connor Cody at the back post. It looked like it was going to be 100% Callum Wilson heading it home, but Connor Cody has somehow managed to clear it. And full time here from Molineux. It's Wolves 1, Bournemouth 1. It might knock us off top spot in the Premier League if Manchester United can win both their games they've now got in hand. That could be quite interesting, but I don't know what it is. Wolves are giving us really tough games. Almada enough to give us the point here. Really good strike from him. But I hope we see both of these two teams playing in the Champions League next season because that could be quite a good representation for the Premier League. What a game. Wolves take my half to you, but 1-1 the final score. Almada is continuing his hot run of form. How satisfied are you with his performance? He picked up a man of the match display in that last game, so I'm going to say he deserves all the praise. Thiago is a fantastic player. He deserves all the praise he gets. I hope consistent performances are inspiring to his teammates and we get back to winning ways. At half-time, did you expect to get a draw from the game? Concerned with how we played. To be honest, I'm more focused on how we looked out there. Results will follow when things are clicking on the pitch. And would you say that Bournemouth could have performed better? Whatever had to happen, happened. We will be better. Whatever had to happen, happened. Matches come and go. The results remain. And we've dropped points. But the question is, can Manchester United profit from that? As I said, 2 games in hand, 5 points behind. So they will go a point ahead of us if it stays like that, if they win it. Wait, a point it will be. So let's see what happens. I've changed up where our scouts were located in their quest of looking for the next big talent in the world of football. They are now looking in England, Ivory Coast and Brazil. So I've found some players here that I'm going to take you through because there's some incredible little gems that seem to be working their way through. I'm not sure about Bamba here, so let me get rid of him. But there is another player from the Ivory Coast. So we've got Thierry Fofana, who has potential of 69 to 94. We've got Leonardo Castro, potential of 83 to 94 at striker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to promote him straight away because I want to see how good he's going to be. Bruno Ferreira, 68 to 92. Edson Reis, 68 to 92. And finally, Pedro Jesus, 75 to 94. Again, 6'1", another Brazilian. So I think I might just go ahead and promote all of these guys anyway and get them out on loan so they can go and learn their trade and get better. It seems like my team is currently full, so I can't actually do the last 2, but I will promote them when I can. So some really, really good young prospects coming through here at Bournemouth. But that is going to be the end for today, guys. A massive thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed it, a like would be greatly appreciated. Manchester United currently with a game in hand. They have won in their other game. So if they win their game in hand, which is against Arsenal, Everton, Southampton. I actually don't know who it's against. Let me have a quick look. They play the same day as us, so I'm not entirely sure who their game in hand is against. But if they win it, they'll go a point ahead with 7 games to play. So it's a very close title race that's looking like it will be Manchester United with the driving seat heading forward. Of course, in the FA Cup, we are scheduled to play against Leeds United in the semi-finals. You saw us get through against Derby today, and I'm not sure when that game is going to be played. So let me have a quick look at that in our calendar. That game is to be played potentially next episode, maybe the episode after, but we've got Manchester United in the next episode in a potential title decider. Spurs in what could be an early little look into what could be the FA Cup final. So a lot of tough games coming up for us in this one. Like I said, if you enjoyed it, a like would be greatly appreciated. Massive thank you for watching. If you are new around here, like what you see, hit that subscribe button down below. And one thing before we go, let me take a look at our new Brazilian wonder kid to see what he's got in the way of skill moves and weak foot. 2-star for Castro, not ideal. And 5-star weak foot for Jesus. You love to see it. I think we've got to train Jesus, right? 5-star weak foot. That looks immense. But I'll see you all again next time when we take on Manchester United in what could be title decider. Adios.